Welcome back to Hail Victory. I'm your host, Thea, and we got Felix back with us to talk about the Commanders versus Vikings. And I wanted to open up and let you go first, actually.
All right, well, I'm just going to start off and say I was very disappointed in this 31-0 defeat. It was really disappointing, but, we're 3-10 again. It's just pretty bad because we've been horrible for a while, and last season we were 12-5, and now we're 3-10. So it's a bad spot for us, but next season we'll do better.
Hopefully. We'll get to what's gonna happen for our future later, but I'm not sure if we're gonna get another win the rest of the season. We're not really sure what's gonna happen with that, especially from the showing the other day. On our drive one defense, first of all, was god awful. They just stomped down the field and scored on us. And on the play that they scored, it was Josh Oliver touchdown, his first career 2-touchdown game, and that honestly could have been a Mikey Samuelstow pick.
Yeah, Mikey Samuelstow, almost got that one. It was really close, and it was disappointing to see their first touchdown because after that it was on and on and on.
Yeah. On offense, for the most part, we had a good first drive until we started hurting ourselves with penalties. Luckily, Debo on 3rd and 12 picked up the first. And you know what? For the most part, it went well until we got the 1st and goal. 3 and out, and Debo drops it in the back of the end zone on 4th down. So you know what, man? They already lost all our momentum. And then after that, punted it away. J.J. McCarthy in the end zone. Quan Martin missed the strip sack and and the defense actually had an incredible block from C.J. Ham, and that was so annoying. Quan Martin nearly had a strip sack in the end zone, which could have been either a safety or a touchdown for Washington.
That was really
after
close.
we turned it over.
That was really close and really disappointing.
Yeah, and I expect better.
Yeah, I expected better from our defense too. They've actually been doing pretty bad this season, but I just expected us to have an actual NFL defense and at least get that sack, which actually probably would have been a strip sack, like you said.
And then, after that, they stomped downfield again and just, easily scored. We had no run defense whatsoever. We had no pass rush. On pass defense, everyone's wide open. McCarthy absolutely walked all over us. He was 16 for 23 with 3 touchdowns and 163 yards. We can't be letting that happen, especially for someone who's been injured so many times like that. And this team, till they got McCarthy back, was as injury-plagued as us. But it really stinks. And, we talked about last week how injury-plagued they were to the point where we had a shot at beating them. But, you know what? I guess I was mistaken. I guess I really overestimated our team as a whole. I think without all our players playing at their best, we can't do anything.
Yeah. We were just as injury-plagued as them, and I expected us to win that. And I don't think it's that we overestimated it, but we at least should have put up a touchdown or at least a field goal. 31-0 is disappointing.
Yeah, I don't know I still think we overestimated last week when we were saying we could come out with a win. But yeah, I do agree that we could have. But
not really that part. It's mostly just that we couldn't put any points up.
Yeah. But I do think we should have put some points on the board still. And, obviously none of the game for the rest of the game went well. They kept marching downfield and scoring. Our offense kept going 3 and out. We had rarely any defensive stops. And actually, we brought it to 3rd down many times, and every single time they converted with a huge play. And there was also a play where Jaden, on 4th down, did a screen pass, and it got blown up. So they sent a huge blitz, which I guess was a terrible call on offense, knowing how many blitzes they send and how many players they love to send, because the Vikings are a huge blitzing team. They blitz all the time.
Yeah.
So it was a bad call on the screen pass. It was tipped up and intercepted by Aaron Van Ginkel. But that wasn't even the worst part. He took it almost to the red zone. But then what happened is Jaden Daniels took a huge hit and lands right on his arm. The same one he's been injured on.
Oh, God. Well, it's just really upsetting to see your franchise quarterback get blasted in the same spot he just got extremely injured on.
Yeah, definitely. That really sucked when he got removed from the game. Frankly, I don't know, let me be real, man. Dan Quinn, get your calls straight, man. Your play calling is, for the most part, great. And usually you make some good but ballsy decisions. You put Jaden Daniels in the Seahawks game, and I was like, you know what? That's a fluke. Everyone makes mistakes. And he put him in again. Dan, our season's over, bro. Our season's over. You put Jaden on the bench. You put him on the bench. Let him rest up. Let him practice. Let him get better. Besides, it's not like our whole team was back to full health anyway. This was actually the first game where McLaurin, Debo, Sam Cosmi, and Daniels have all played together all season. Those are like some of our best offensive players, and that's the first one they've played together all season. So we've been injury played the whole season. Our season was already over. It was pretty much predetermined. There's no reason you should have put Jaden Daniels in again after what happened last time. It was a terrible choice, and look what happened.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a terrible call by Dan Quinn on that one. But, he got injured, and we're going to get through it next season.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm like very frustrated because that was a terrible idea, and Jaden actually, I think all the room. He should have rested up because Jaden actually was almost at full health, and there were a lot of rumors that he could come back earlier. But I think it would have been smarter to let him actually reach full health because we want him at 100%, not 80%, and we want him to actually be able to play at his best next season with our whole team here. But you know what? Mariota comes in, and I'm like, all right, Mariota's only thrown 50 terrible picks this season. Maybe he'll do something. Yeah, just kidding. Of course not. First pass goes okay. Second pass is a free pick for Harrison Smith. So not bad, right? Not bad for his standards. And now they're basically in the red zone again. Mm-hmm. And you know what? After our first drive, even though we didn't end up scoring, we were able to move the ball that drive, and we were just not able to do that again.
Yeah. And rewinding back to Jaden Daniels, not only because we needed him to rest up and play his best, but also because at that point, before we played the Vikings, we were 3-9. We had no chance of making the playoffs, and obviously we still don't because, of course, we lost that game. But we had no chance of making the playoffs. So why do you put him in? Rest him up, and then maybe you can play at the end of the season. And then when you're done with that, next season, it's a fresh start, and Jaden Daniels is rested up.
Yes, we go back to Mariota because he sucks too. Very next drive, he tried to dive for the first down, and of course had a terrible fumble, ball pop right out, no ball security at all. And Ron Hargrave, in the middle of the air actually, catches it and recovers it for a fumble.
God, well, this team is god awful, but yeah, it's just a terrible play by Mariota, especially from the plays he's been making all season. He just hasn't been doing good. And especially because Jaden Daniels has been doing out. He's actually been in for a lot this season, and he just hasn't been doing good. No wonder we're 3-10. And of course, he runs it and fumbles it because he has no ball security.
I mean, yeah, that's straight up the definition of Marcus Mariota. Turn the ball over right now. That's what he's done all season. We had an overtime loss in the Dolphins. I was really mad when he threw that pick. We've had many other terrible fumbles, terrible interceptions, and there's so many other times that Mariota could have not thrown a pick or not fumbled the ball, and of course he has. And you know what, man? I'm not surprised. As long as all the rest of our players are okay, this game will go fine. As long as we put up at least 1 point. Of course, none of that happened. A little while later, Zach Ertz, bam, gets hit hard from behind and from in front of him, does a front flip, tears his ACL, out for season. His career is probably over.
We're done. We're so injured plagued. I'm just sick of this because it's all our good players keep getting injured, and even though we're already done for the season, it's just so disappointing because now we have to wait until next season. And Zach Ertz is one of those guys. I mean, he's been playing great. No offense to him, but he's actually really old. And since he just broke his, tore his ACL, he might be out for the rest of his career. He might actually retire or something. That's what I would do.
I mean, frankly, there's a 99% chance he retires here, and if he does come back, it'll never be the same. We'll have to put him as a backup, and Ben Sinnott should be the starter. But the point is, Zach Ertz has surefire hands, like you were saying. He's one of our most reliable guys on the team, especially with us signing Chris Moore from the practice squad, with us signing Robbie Chosen. He is one of those guys that will step up for us when we need him to. And we talked a lot about this the past few weeks, and it really stinks to have him out. And you know that this means terrible things for our team in the future because we really need Zach Ertz. We need him.
Yeah. I mean, our quarterbacks except for Jaden, they all suck, and so mostly we actually have to rely on our receivers and tight end for Zach Ertz on offense, which really sucks because now we had Terry out for a bit, and now we have Ertz out for the rest of the season. Actually, probably the rest of his career.
I mean, if you want me to be real, guys, I say put Benson in a starter, really train him up, see who you can sign right now. Go all over free agency. Forget practice squads right now. I don't need practice squads. I'm looking all over free agency. I don't care how much freaking money we spend. Sign up a roster, get them trained, teach them how to work together, and by next season, maybe we can put something together. But the point is, we have Zach Ertz out. Mariota is still playing, which, let me be real, straight to the third stringer. From Jaden, third stringer. Mariota should be on the practice squad. He's too old to do it anymore. He barely could do anything with this prime. He's not good anymore anyway. It's not like he could be good anymore. He's not as good as Aaron Rodgers, where you can still play when you're 40 years old. And he's just not like that, and he can't do that. Mariota, I'm going to be real. I'm going to be so real to Mariota right now. You're too old. Retire. Get off the goddamn team right now. Get off my team.
And I should talk to Dan Quinn. Cut him.
Exactly. And I mean, even regardless of having Mariota in, which, again, for the 20th time, get off my goddamn team, I don't think we're going to be able to do good even if we have Patrick Mahomes. Our team as a whole is terrible. If we have Matthew Stafford right now, we're not doing good. Matthew Stafford, Baker Mayfield, you name it, we're not going to do good. Any quarterback, give me Josh Allen, give me anybody, give me Justin Herbert, I don't care who it is, we could not do good with any quarterback right now, which of course, that does not mean I want Mariota, but of course I would love any other quarterback anywhere in hell, but right now we're stuck with Mariota, and even regardless of having him, our defense is god-awful. Our defense cannot do anything, and our offense is way too injury-plagued. We have absolutely no wide receivers, and our starting ones, who are supposed to be our best ones that keep getting injured, are 31. I believe both of them are 31 at this point. They're both really old, and for wide receivers, and I don't think they're going to last much longer anyway. Up until next season. And, we already weren't sure if we wanted to pay the money for Terry McLaurin. I think he barely made it through, and I know he wants to stay with us, but we almost decided to not pay him his money because he's so old.
Yeah.
What does this mean for next season?
It means we're done. I mean, I understand he's old, but if we're losing McLaurin, he's been the guy for us. He was on the Redskins, and then he was there when we changed our name. I mean, just disappointing to lose our best receiver.
I know it's disappointing to lose Terry McLaurin, and he's a good player, but if he is too old and can't play anymore next season, what does this mean for our wide receiver core?
It means we're going to have to draft a new one.
We're going to have to draft a new one. That's an interesting thought because, obviously, I've been thinking, save our draft picks, be careful with them. And we have to draft some real studs next year and work some magic during free agency. But we only have so many draft picks. There's only so many players on the board before someone else takes them. And we only have so much time. We're back to square one. Because, like I was saying, we every year, every single time something good happens, there's always a step backward. Whether that's obviously, 3-14, we went from 3-14 to 12-5. Bang, now we're back to 3-10. Look where we are. Even this season, we just completely fell off with a bunch of injuries. And really, what we're gonna have to do is, if we're being so genuine right now, we're gonna have to really lock in, make incredible draft picks with incredible players. We're gonna have to tank the rest of the season, which I don't think will be too hard for us. We're going to have to do a bunch of other stuff. We're going to have to sign some good free agents, make some good trades, and we're really going to have to put our team together and make the right calls if we want to do well at any point next season.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with you. I like that you're straightforward because if we actually don't make good draft picks and actually lock in and make the right plays that aren't stupid, then we might actually make the playoffs next season. But for this season, we're done.
And we've been talking about this whole time how bad it went with Zach Ertz getting flipped over, tore his ACL, out for the season, probably his career. He's one of our surefire receivers, and we lost a lot of players to injury. So
yeah, I mean, we're losing a lot of our players to injuries, and if a lot of our players are out, then we're not going to end up with a good record. And we're already 3-10, so there's nowhere to go but down.
Yeah, I mean, you're being genuine with that because there really isn't much place to go but down from here. Because there's that small chance that you go up where, like I was saying, we rebuild our whole team in this crazy way. But then it's also so easy to fall off like we just did this season. Look at us last year. Nobody expected us to be good. And in our rebuild season, we're 12-5. And, obviously in my other videos I was talking about, we're such a young team. We just built a team with incredible talent, a roster with great talent. But it didn't come as expected. I expected at least maybe a 13. I mean, at least 11-6 is what I expected, and all of a sudden we're 3-10.
Yeah, I mean, I expected actually a 13-4 because we just had a 12-5 season with our rookie quarterback that hopefully for us was going to be a franchise quarterback, and now he not only hasn't been doing that good this season, he's injured, and it's just going really bad for us.
Yeah, and all season, really, it hasn't been going that well. From the start, it was like a mid-start. It was pretty clear that we'd have trouble making the playoffs. But from the start, you couldn't really tell that we would, for sure, get absolutely destroyed. Because we were like 3-2. We're on an 8-game losing streak, guys. 3-2. It's not that bad of a record. One of our L's was by 4 to the Falcons at that point, with Mariota playing. One of our wins was by 20-something to the Raiders with Mariota in. So, I mean, you can see where I'm going with this, Felix. It's really tough to do good, and it's really hard. It's really easy to fall off so quickly, like how we did from the start of the season.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you start off with a good record. You could be 3-0, then you can end up at 3-14 like we did one season, and then we were good, and then we thought we were going to be good again, and we're bad.
Yeah, so it's back and forth. But for the future of this team, really, there's only so much we can say. Because really nothing you can expect at this point. Whatever happens, happens. Screw it, man. We just have to do good next time. And we just have to make the right choices, like I was saying. But that does it for this game talk. But now, as you guys might have seen in the description, we do have a special mention about Philip Rivers, former Chargers quarterback, joins the Colts coming out of retirement at 44 years old. He is one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time with 63,440 yards, which is 5th, 421 touchdowns, which is 6th, and 8 Pro Bowls, and 65% completion.
Yeah, I mean, he sounds like a great quarterback, but if he's 44, you never know if he's going to screw up or do good. And I think he's going to screw up. Just saying that.
Personally, I agree. I think, coming into this season, ending off the season, I think for him is going to be really hard at his age. At 44 years old, playing football is not easy. And, especially for a quarterback, too, you got 300-pound linemen coming at you. You got really hard-hitting linebackers coming at you. And I think he's going to be really rusty. And, Aaron Rodgers already has trouble at his age, and he's one of the all-time greats. So I doubt Philip Rivers can do much more than he can.
Yeah. I mean, why is Daniel Jones out? He has a torn Achilles.
Torn Achilles, I believe, yep.
Yeah, it's pretty tough. So Philip Rivers is probably going to be in for the rest of the season. I don't think because of that, I don't think the Colts are going to do very well. I don't think Philip Rivers is going to do good at all.
I think the Colts have shown that they are not super good, not as good as people expected. But I think with Philip Rivers, they'll do okay. I think they'll do okay. Obviously, they'll still get a playoff spot.
Yeah.
But I don't think they'll have much of a shot, to be honest. But you never know, because this is Philip Rivers we're talking about. So he could be one of the best.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
So thank you guys for watching. If you guys like this, please remember to like and subscribe. Check out my Substack. Check out my other videos. Thank you guys for watching. Comment down below. Let me know what I can do better. See you in the next one.
Come from the past, move to the wind, changing our name, strong from within. The name that we have is the name that we need. Seeking our enemies, watching them bleed, fighting like a warrior, living in charge, victory gang. Descend that star.